You've probably come across the Arabic word sumud these days on your feed. It is joining other words such as intifada and kufiya that have made their way into dictionaries and literature across the globe from within the Palestinian struggle. The Global Sumud Flotilla is the biggest grassroots humanitarian fleet ever, an initiative to break the siege of Gaza with more than 60 boats sailing and hundreds of volunteers from 44 countries carrying food and medicine, risking their lives to reach the besieged Palestinians. Sumud, in classical Arabic, means steadfastness, continuous perseverance. In the Palestinian context, however, it doesn't really have a fixed definition. It is rather a dynamic concept that represents the daily struggle to continue living under impossible conditions. It can be an act of non-violent resistance that may seem invisible and silent, but it is a deep resilience, rooted in love for life in the face of oppression and dispossession. It signifies the commitment to remain on one's own land and not be erased. It can go from a seemingly simple act, such as going to work or to school every day, despite the checkpoints and the harassments, to replanting an olive tree, such a symbolic connection with the land, because the trees are being ripped out by illegal foreign settlers, all the way to surviving an asymmetric battle with the colonizer without necessarily winning it in the military sense. Shield your wheat from the hurricane with a nailed chest. Bring the fence from the chests. How can it be broken? من الصدور فكيف يكسر. That's Mahmoud Darwish, Palestine's most famous poet, evoking a biblical reference. Grab the necks of the ears of wheat just like you embrace a dagger. The earth, the farmer, and the persistence. Tell me, how can they be conquered? How could these three ever be conquered? هذه الأقانيم الثلاثة كيف تقهر. What has brought the word sumud to your feeds is a collective awakening of conscience. People are taking power into their own hands as the international system shrugs its shoulders and allows humanity to be exterminated in Gaza. This genocide has been enabled by a combination of morally corrupt Western politicians, a powerless UN system, international law that's being ignored by the states that created it, and toothless NGOs. These boats are the world's response. Where you failed, we will act, they're saying. The idea of sending ships to break Israel's siege of Gaza is almost as old as the siege itself. Israel began blockading the Strip in 2007, 18 years ago. And a year later, 2 boats from the Free Gaza Movement managed to reach Gaza. And Israel was determined to stop that happening ever again. In 2010, they attacked the Mavi Marmara aid ship, killing 10 Turkish citizens. But that just made people more determined to break the siege. 31 boats attempted to reach Gaza from 2008 to 2016. 5 of them were successful. This year alone, 3 more ships were due to set sail for Gaza. All 3 were attacked in international waters. Individuals are finding themselves obliged to play a role that is not supposed to be theirs, hoping to go rescue 2 million people held prisoner in Gaza. The Global Sumud Flotilla is basically the hope of us all to remain human. People in Gaza have been sacrificing everything. What are we going to do? What are we willing to sacrifice? Our inaction becomes complicity, especially after it was demonstrated to us all by the UN Special Rapporteur Francesca Albanese how the economy of the genocide depends on us feeding companies that sustain the slaughter. It has become unbearable for me to live witnessing the genocide day in, day out. I ask myself all the time, what can I do? What am I willing to sacrifice? 26,000 signed up to go on the Sumud Flotilla, including me. I even wrote goodbye letters to my loved ones. 26,000 were willing to risk their lives, pausing their jobs, leaving their families behind to worry about them, but also feel proud of them. Just like the Palestinian photojournalist Mariam Abu Dagga, who risked her life reporting till her last breath, leaving her son Ghaith behind without her, because she had to do something. I find myself crying in envy as I see the boats sailing from Barcelona, Sicily, and Tunis. They are risking everything, and I'm living my safe, comfortable life. I'm here making this video for you. I so wanted to actually be there with them. Dima, you're Palestinian. If you're detained, tortured, killed, or even raped, you will be just another Palestinian whose life does not matter to them, sadly so. Whereas European and Western passport holders have governments who may choose to defend and save them. Israel will think twice before it kills a Westerner. Israel's Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir couldn't help but threaten activists taking part in the flotilla with a severe punishment. But they're brave and they are free. They said they would come back even with a bigger fleet and do it all over again. This is the true meaning of Sumud. It is not about the outcome. It is about continuing to try no matter what. So as Mahmoud Darwish taught us, we do what prisoners do. We do what the jobless do. We sow hope. نفعل ما يفعله السجناء وما يفعله العاطلون عن العمل نربي الأمل.